What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kid Crypto, and I'm back. It's been a while since I made a video. I know the last video we talked about how I was going to make more videos, and honestly, the crypto market and life and everything has just been hectic. This is a side gig for me, and I do apologize. And hopefully, the community, you all out there that watch my videos, will eventually request that I make more videos. In the meantime, I think I'm just going to hit when it's important times in the market. And I think we're hitting an important time in the market that we need to dive into. And that is a nice, we got a market, excuse me, a market pullback, a nice correction. And there are a lot of people out there on X and different social media networks like Facebook, Instagram, you name it, that are speculating, putting so much information out there. Everything from Jerome Powell saying that, we can't own Bitcoin to how many times Jerome Powell mentioned X, Y, or Z, or whatever it was. People are all gonna, come up with whatever they can, rather than looking at the data, right? The facts, the numbers, and understanding what is going on in the markets right now. To do that, there's a few things we have to start with, right? We just recently had an FOMC meeting. For those that are new, FOMC, it's our Federal Reserve, right? So they just recently had their meeting. It was between the 17th and 18th. You can actually just type in their meetings, go through. They'll have like a list of their meetings actually. Let's find it here. Last meeting calendar. Yes, here we go. So if you scroll to the last, so right here, you can click the PDF and it just gives you a recent summary, which is nice. You can see we did get our rate cuts by the quarter of a percentage point like we were expecting. So some were saying, "Oh my God, this is bearish," RIP bull market. They're wrong. I'm just gonna put that out there. We want to understand what this means, right? So the rate cut is great. Yes, bullish. But there are things that we need to see from the Federal Reserve in order to see our altcoin season, as many of you know, kick off, and also see the continuance of Bitcoin to grow. Just because it's altcoin season doesn't mean that Bitcoin's gonna just sit there at, I think it's at 96 or something right now. But what this means, what we're looking for is that quantitative easing from the Feds, which has not happened yet. The way you track that is Fed net liquidity. We'll get into that here in a second. For many of you that know me, that follow my videos, you know that I use or I track XRP and SHIB. So we're gonna look at XRP, dive into why you shouldn't be worried. There's nothing that should be freaking you out. We'll look at some levels. We can go into exo charts. You know, once we go into exo charts, we can actually just literally dive into an analysis. We can look at different things. I'll show you. But starting off with the Federal Reserve, we got that rate cut. What I wanted to do is I wanted to look back. I won't bore y'all with this. Again, do your own research. There's people out there saying, uh, what was the worst one I saw on Twitter? Or sorry, X. Somebody said that, I think it was the Jerome Powell. Yeah, the Jerome Powell saying that we can't own Bitcoin uh, is the reason why it's dumping. Some saying the rate, and then it's tied with the rate cuts, right? People saying, "Oh, we got the rate cuts. That's horrible." So I looked back at old FOMC meetings, which you already saw what I did here. You can actually scroll back through old ones. This is beautiful, 2019. Again, do your own research, right? Go back, look at 2020 through 2022. You'll be intrigued to see what information came out then and what happened with FedNet liquidity, and then what that happens, how that translates over to markets, right? Risk on markets. For those that do not know what that means, risk on are things that are like stocks, right? Crypto, real estate, even. Uh, again, so risk off are things it says right here, bonds, treasuries. Some argue gold. I've seen gold argued on both sides because it's just, I'll let the experts deal with that. Risk on, you can see again, do your research. So what this is saying is we yet to see our net liquidity start to rise, right? What will happen is the money printer will turn on, the feds will then inject liquidity into the balance sheet. You can already see from this beautiful graph, okay, if we go here, this is the global cryptocurrency market cap chart. This is the overall first little run up over here, right? Started flat back in 2017, got a little pump, and then went on its big run and then just down, right? 18 was the main. Look at liquidity here, 2018, there was a peak here in 17, peak here in 17, but then it starts to do, it's still up, but it starts its decline, right? Well, that's when we go into this long drawn out bear market through crypto. Those that took advantage, kudos to you. But then we have this beautiful run up here all the way through 2022, and then it comes down, right? Well, you can see what happens here. Comes down, Fed net liquidity, and stays up through. You can see we're in 2021, peaks in 2022. Again, that's March 2022. If I come over here, November 2021, this last peak, you already saw that between April and March. It's like spot on. And what this does is, so like if this is AI for those that, again, this, I'm going to show you how to do your own research, right? Bring you some information. I have a background in finance. That's what my degree in my field is in. Uh, I studied things like this. Those that haven't, look to see why an increase in Fed net liquidity is good. It'll tell you right here, increase liquidity and market confidence. When the Federal Reserve increases its net liquidity, it's essentially injects more money into the financial system, right? They're able to borrow at lower costs. That's the huge thing, especially with these rate cuts coming in. So when that money printer turns on and goes burr, we're gonna see the markets, altcoins, see everything kick off. So that brings me to XRP, cryptos, Shiba Inu, is many of you are not traders, right? You're not over here doing what I'm doing over here. This is a trade. I'm doing a hedge short on XRP, right? I'm studying levels. This is exo charts right here. I'm picking a level, pick the level here, shorted. I got my stop loss and profit, tiny profit, can't lose, right? If you're not doing this here, there is no reason right now you should be on Twitter believing someone who's telling you that the world's ending, crypto's going to shit, all this stuff, stirring up because they're getting paid to post. Many of these people with the blue check mark that have, countless viewers, etc., they're getting paid to post and they post. I saw one person post that crypto was a scam because he was down so many thousands or whatever it was in the morning. Later that day, he was like, "Oh my God, this is the last shakeout. Hold on to be a multimillionaire." And I'm like, you're creating nonsense for people. That's not fair to the people. People should be getting good information, right? And this is the good information I want to bring you to. I want to show you that the net liquidity is just slowly starting to creep up. Okay. If you zoom in right here, you'll see it's slowly starting to creep up. There you go. All right. It's starting to get there. Once that quantitative easing comes into play, the lower interest rates, cheaper borrowing, then you're going to get things like this where it says right here, when there's an abundance of liquidity, investors often seek higher yields due to low returns on safer investments like government bonds. This shifts capital towards riskier assets like stocks, real estate, and alternative investments such as cryptocurrencies. You're welcome. Okay. I know that's a lot of information. We're just going to recap. So many of you that are seeing on Twitter of people just speculating that Jerome Powell said this or this happened or this or that, please, please understand. We just got some great information from the Feds cutting the rates. This is awesome. Okay. We just need to see the Fed start to inject that liquidity, the money printer turn on, that quantitative easing. Okay. When that starts to happen, we'll see these altcoins. Right now, they're just going through a bottom. Honestly, worst case scenario on something like XRP, if I were to dive into, I mean, I was looking at XRP earlier. Let's go by the second here. Okay, so let's take these off for a second. Sorry, I don't use the web version, so I don't have it set up right now, so it's just going to a basic. But if you were to zoom out on this, right? Okay, so I'm gonna let it keep loading. We're gonna keep loading, keep loading. Let's put some value area. So they're there. They're there. Right? Border info. Let's just do border. TPO. Let's do. Um, Good. Right. I mean, we can mark levels here soon. Uh, I mean, honestly, I think the lowest that they'll take it to is they'll clear some these bad lows right here, right through the 180s. They'll come down, they'll touch somewhere in the 170s. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario is they just come down. I mean, if they're gonna come down, look at this. I don't like these. Now they're too bunched up. That's a bad. These are all bad lows to me right here. Okay, this whole section, they're gonna to me come down, clear the bad lows, touch 170, ooh, and then it's go God candle. Okay, I I again what they're doing. So the sell off, that's what we're getting to, right? People are gonna speculate and say it's a million things. Overall, the real reasoning is they're pulling profit. They're pulling a risk off asset out of the market. No one, those that got liquidating things, that's different. You know, liquidations are different. Okay. Yes. But capital pulled out of markets. They're sitting on cash, waiting for that quantitative easing to put that cash right back into the markets. But they're getting it at a lower cost. That is the key. They'll pull their cash out, the profit, not their main. They'll let it go down, clear bad lows, clear financial imbalances, single print, etc. There's a whole, it's literally data, it's math. And this is people that have been doing it for ages, right? This is I follow Kimba, shout out Kimba Gang, and that whole crew out there, and that's what's got me started into doing all this research, and then also trading and doing things like that. That's actually an exchange that I place hedge trades on. My main are Coinbase and Kraken, but over here I'm just placing hedge bets. It's fun, and I call them bets because it's like, hey, this could be a potential short where it's not going against my main long position, etc. Where we're doing planning. When I say we, it's me and my father. We're literally talking about it where we're planning this out in advance. We're taking profit here at 272 on a trade, stuff like that. Long story short, they're pulling their profits to get these assets, these risk on assets. Okay, they're literally getting them cheaper, and that's what they want to do. The moment that printer gets turned on, the moment that quantitative easing comes into play, it's go time. They know it's go time. So they want to get as much XRP, as much Bitcoin, as much Ethereum, Solana, etc., at a lower price. Solana, My guess on Solana, I'm looking at 170 to 175 as a range for Solana. They're pulling it down. We're already at 182. You know, and when I'm on, when I'm looking at these levels, I'm looking at previous month, like look at levels, right? You're identifying levels, bad lows. Uh, you're looking for single prints. You're looking for imbalances. You're looking for things like a, let me show you. So there could be like a previous daily open or close that has a bad low. Let me see, do I have it on any of these? One of them I had it on. I just reset this because it was bugging out for a little bit, but I'll go through and reset it and we'll do an updated video diving more into that side of it, reading charts and stuff. But the main purpose is for y'all to understand here is to see overall, if you zoom out, okay, I'm going to show you that here in a second. XRP bullish, right? Short term could be a pullback to the 170 to 185 range. I'm going to leave it with a 15-cent range because it's moving so fast up and down with multiple movements. Pennies to the up and downside. I'm in love with that. But that's why I'm leaving that big of a gap. I joke with my father and say, remember when we used to juice on an XRP trade when it would just move a penny or two? And now it's moving 10, to 20 cents at a time. Like, how can you be mad? Um, but there is the potential, clear. I have heard some people say, this was the bottom here, but now you can see how much are bunched up here. I don't like that. Those are bad lows now to me. Come down, clear it, clear these bad lows here, go time, take off. Because if you look here at EXO, and this is Trading View, allows you to connect. Here's something, this is the weekly, right? This is bullish. So I'll do something like this. Anyone in the comments, you can drop a comment. Go ahead and drop a comment for me and let me know what type of pattern that is. Anybody? There you go. I'll leave that there for y'all. Um, so if you're not trading, that's what I'll come back to that. I'll tie that whole tangent. Sorry about that if you're watching my video. But we'll say I've lettuce too much. It's a Sunday. Leave me alone. It's almost Christmas. I don't care. If you don't know what lettuce is, go watch Kimba Gang. You'll figure it out. So anyway, tying it all together, if you're just buying because this is an asset that, whether it's word of mouth, research, whatever it is, whether it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, which we're going to dive into XRP here in a second, the side thing, AMMs. Um, but, y- you know, do the research, take advantage of these dips, but understand what's going on. Don't just take some like person's word for it. For example, that's what I wanted to bring up as well. People have been posting what's going on the legal side of things with Ripple, right? Well, this is the updated court listener, free, by the way. You can just type in case number, right? It's going to give you everything, every single thing. It'll tell you which ones you can buy on Pacer, certain things you can buy on Pacer. Pacer's in the ultimate. So if you aren't like really, really, journalist type or something, just use the free. If you come to the most recent USCA case number, etc., you can see this docket here and see the time schedule. Some people are only posting this on Twitter and saying, "Oh my God, it's getting dismissed," but they should be posting the whole docket, right? Showing you the entire schedule. There is a very high chance it does get dismissed or settled before the January court date that was vacated. It was something that was set up to the day after inauguration. Go figure. But it has been vacated basically to say, you know, do these things, figure out this first before we can actually clear this case, right? So that's layman's terms. I'll let y'all do the research and come in and dive into this if it really intrigues your mind. But overall, it's all there for you. Here's the schedule that's coming up. You can see what the schedule is: mediation, appeal, appeal, appeal. All of this could potentially be dismissed, etc., with new administration, everything coming in. We have to see, right? It's a waiting game at that point. but I think we have seen XRP respond very positively in this beautiful still bull run. I mean, if you look at that, that's still, if you bought any time in here, you're up. Those that bought here, you waited through this, you're up. Those that bought here, kudos. Now the game is, let's say you didn't buy here and you bought here. Okay, well when it came down all through here, buy if you can. What that's doing is something called dollar cost averaging. If you bought at $10 and your next buy is at $8, means both your buys combined are 18. Okay, divide that by 2, your dollar cost average, anybody? $9, right? So you lowered your dollar cost average from 10, just getting that lower buy. Okay, that's the example that I'm going to set for you. So if you are investing money and it's freaking out, okay, those that got XRP under $1, stop freaking out. Just stop. Stop. Stop being retail. Stop crying. Seriously. Like, I don't feel bad for you what's the fuck ever. At all. Like, grow the fuck up. You got one of the best fucking assets, and you're crying because there's a dip in a bull run that hasn't even started yet with altcoin season coming. Altcoin season starts when we see something like, you know, in FedNet liquidity that's literally coming. They've literally just turned on the money printer with the rate cut. When the quantitative easing starts, we might have to wait till January. Boo hoo. Go enjoy your holidays with your family. I don't mean to be rude, but that's what you need to do, right? Lay off the media, lay off the Twitter, lay off the Facebook X, sorry, Elon. Lay off all of that. Enjoy time with your family and know that you're long-term investing. And long-term wealth does not happen overnight. If you want to get rich overnight, go play meme coins. My father and I, we got wrecked. We were up, it was juicing, and then we got wrecked. So we went to something safer. We went to AMMs. We'll dive into that later. Uh, it is a risk, but it's a slightly better risk than playing with meme coins if you know what you're doing. So anyway, if you're long-term holding, if you bought XRP in the $2 and above, take advantage on these dips, right? It drops under $2, buy. You're taking advantage. Now, if you got under $1 and you're just buying because you want to buy on dips, kudos to you as well. You're increasing your dollar cost average because you believe in something. You did the research. You saw what XRP is going to do, what it's getting set up to do. Go look at it. They dropped their stable coin, the first stable coin with clarity. XRP is still the only crypto with regulatory clarity, even in a shady administration that's already been proven, which we're not going to get political. But when it comes to my money, I will point out that the banks were told not to interact with crypto. Okay, well, we sat through that. I remember when China came out with the ban on crypto. I remember telling my friends, that makes me want to buy more. Okay, Warren Buffett tells me not to buy, I'm going to go buy more. Living by his own advice, right? Block out the noise because you know what you have, right? You got a great asset. Go ask Grok for fun how XRP gets to $50. I'll let you have some fun with that. I'm not going to reveal that. Okay. But if you really want to enjoy it, XRP, people come out and they say market cap, right? Grok already explains why market cap is not what you need to use in terms of measuring something that is considered a commodity, right? Okay, that's what I love about that. Like so many people, it says, how are these point effect, blah blah blah. It says also, while market cap is a useful metric in context of commodities like XRP, other factors like utility, adoption, and speculative market behavior play crucial roles in determining price. So there you go. Okay, it's not just market cap. Go look at XRP's utility. If someone told you to buy something, go see why. Okay, you guys watch a commercial or get bought up by the ads on your computer because of cookies, and you're like, "Ooh, I need to buy that." I bet you 99% you don't even read the comments on the item you buy. You just buy it. I read the comments. I take my time. I look. XRP inevitable. I already know I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm literally sitting here as a future millionaire for what I know I bought, and I know it. I don't care what they do to the price now. I'm laughing now. It already beat a case in a federal court in the largest economy. Boom. All of its money and all of its stuff comes from outside right now. There are small players here in the US, but not the main players yet. It's coming. I'm excited for 2025. I'm excited for quantitative easing. I do want to mention, if you're interested, many of you've heard of staking coins. You go off and Ethereum, certain coins like ADA or Chronos or Atom or DOT will give you a high yield, right? Well, my father and I have been experimenting with AMMs. If you go to the XRP Ledger website, you can research automated market makers. These provide liquidity in the XRP's ledger's decentralized exchange. Each AMM holds a pool of two assets. You can swap between the two assets at an exchange rate set by a formula. Those who deposit assets into an AMM are called liquidity providers. In return, liquidity providers receive LP tokens from the AMM. LP tokens enable liquidity providers to redeem their LP tokens for a share of the assets in the AMM pool, including fees collected, vote to change the AMM fee setting, each vote weighed by how, it's basically the percentage of how many LP tokens you have. Uh, and then it says bids, some of their LP tokens receive a temporary discount on AMM trading fees. So you can go through why these work. My father and I started experimenting. We did a bunch of research. For we buy. Fun fact is we were new to it, so we buy into them, and we put a certain amount in. And after like 2 or 3 months in, we're like, or sorry, not 2 or 3 months. Sorry, like 2 or 3 weeks in, he's asking, how do you check the price of these? How do you see what you're up? Blah blah blah. Long story short, we finally figure out after a month when he's thinking about selling them to transfer, it over to another coin and said, I'm just gonna get out. When he sees that he's up over like 3x, he's like, wait a minute, are you serious? Even in the downtime, he's up 2.5x. I invested with him. I'm basically like right there breaking even because I got in right at like it was peak. But I'm breaking even in the downtrend because as they trade these pairs, again, go do your research, right? There's so many ways during these downward trends if you're not able to dollar cost average and that doesn't make sense. Come out, try AMMs for XRP side. That's something that I've been experimenting with. They have meme coins and they do stuff like that. If you don't know what you're doing, please, please, please. Again, my streams are never financial advice. I'm not going to tell you to go trade XRP and do this and try to be up, 20. Oh, I'm up you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm over here doing my thing, doing research, but this is something that you can put a little bit of money into it, see it grow over time and create passive income, right? Staking, that's what that offers. Okay, meme coins, that's like, to me, that's like going to the slots and you pick the right one just at the right time and it just goes bananas. That's like the Hawk situation. I feel y'all's pain. I've lost money too, getting rug pulled. So please do your research. Don't just put money into coins if you don't know what they are. If you can't come to CoinGecko, okay, I'm just going to give you an example. If you can't come here, click on a coin and read and about what it is and have a whole history, proceed with caution. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, proceed with caution. Okay, you can come to XRP. That's going to be above Ethereum, by the way. I'm calling it now. Haters going to hate, but y'all didn't see it moving to fourth, did y'all? I know y'all were talking when I remember when Dogecoin, and my dad laughs about this. I remember when Dogecoin passed XRP, and I was like, Dad, that's bullshit. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not hating on Dogecoin, but that's bullshit. And now look at it. And now look, go XRP, do what you were intended to do. No hate to anybody, all love. I want everybody to succeed. That's what we want for a healthy market. There's not just one bank or one stock or one real estate house in the world that's getting all the profit, is there? No, there's enough to eat, right? So take your shots, but take them, wisely. Take advantage of when you see a bunch of red. That's not financial advice. It's just what I'm doing. It's down. Go put Go, you can wait. I know it's the holiday season, but think about that. Think about it. Wouldn't you do it during the Christmas time when everyone's out buying gifts? They know that they have the extra money to buy gifts and go invest. Well, what's a great gift at Christmas time? An investment. Here you go, bro. Here's $100 of XRP. Here you go, sis. Here's $200 worth of Ethereum. Here you go, mom and dad. I love you. Here's $500 worth of Bitcoin. Go have fun with it. Treat your loved ones. Do something different, right? It's Christmas. So this is a fun video. I wanted to dive in. When I say fun, it's just bringing people to the research. I wanted to touch base on AMNs and how they work. So just so you understand, if you're going in with $100, you're actually doing $50 on two different assets, XRP and whatever asset you choose to match liquidity to that you'll put $50 into. That's what it basically then creates a wrapped, or not wrapped, sorry, a LP token. It might be wrapped. I gotta research that more. But that's the beauty of this, right? Not everybody's going to get it right. There's people out there doing it for clicks. I remember my first video. I said XRPs, ETFs, all these ETFs are coming. Oh my gosh, right? Um, and at the time, they were just referencing XRP. Now we actually got the actual S1 filings. So that was my own mistake. I owned up to it. I was like, hey, here's the actual S1 filings in my last video showing Canary, showing how they're bringing in all of these, it's bringing in the trust that we need for institutions now in America, one of the largest economy. We need them to front run crypto. With all of that coming, again, you zoom out. So many of you are so caught up in this shorter time frame. You're looking at this, you're like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. I'm selling everything. Oh my God, everything's going to hell. You're like, wait a minute. Wait. That's what you're scared of? Wait. If you bought all here, if you literally bought any time in the year, I hate to say it like that, but I shout out OGs. Even if you bought back here, there's OGs that bought back here. Okay? Here, like you held through the pain, okay? But that's what you're scared of? You're scared of this that you can't even see unless you zoom in. Oh, I'm scared. 7 days. Oh, I'm really scared. 1 month. Oh, wait a minute. Um, maybe not. 3 months. Okay, that's not fair. 1 year. All right, that's really not fair. You get what I'm trying to show you. I'm being an asshole because that's how they want you to act, retail. They want you to act like a retail. They want you to stay retail. They don't want you to be up 260%. They're going to draw you out. They're going to bring it down. And the moment they hit a certain level, right? You identify these levels, these bad lows, these situations where retail they know are going to put their stop losses at. Boom, gone. Then they God candle it all the way up to $10. They're like, gotcha. You're like, that's not fair. No, that's just retail. So if you're long-term holding, you should be only putting money into it that you're willing to lose, right? So then there should be nothing you should be worried about. You shouldn't even be looking at it. Don't look at it till next year. Wait for the new administration to come in. Wait for the crypto Cesar to work with the new SEC head and to launch that whole innovation. A lot of you should be looking at things like AI coins, RWAs. Look at these things. Go invest in these. This is not financial advice. I'm just laughing because this literally is going to be the most iconic bull run. So many are comparing it to the past, and you cannot. There's so much in front of us that none of y'all were expecting. Some of us were. Some of us have been preaching. And my friend calls me an alien because I've been preaching that, America's going to front run crypto and that's going to make other countries cave and do this and that. It's good. Watch it. Okay. Okay. So my favorite argument, I just got to bring this up to y'all. I love y'all. Okay. Thank y'all for giving me your time. I want y'all to stay safe over the holidays, please. If you have the extra money, put it into this. Have fun with it. Not financial advice. I have to preach that. Put it into good investments, not Hawk or whatever that is, whatever the fuck that was. Okay. Put it into Dogecoin at your own risk, right? Shout out Doge. I love y'all. But Shiba Inu, shout out them. Partnered with Chainlink. Let's go. Let's go. That's my baby. Um, but anyway, What I'm getting at is enjoy the holidays, have some fun, stay safe. There's a lot to come, right? Don't get got. Don't let them turn you into retail. Don't let them sell you. You know, they want you to literally sell now before it runs, right? So just look into it. Take your time, look into seeing what you're getting and see what it's used for, make sure. But going back to my final closures, I always get this argument, right? So many of y'all that probably go and tell your friends, "Hey, buy crypto, do this." My dad will come and tell me, "Hey, this person, says this. What do I say? This and that." My favorite argument. There's a guy at the gym that I go to, and he's pretty pissed off because I told him to buy XRP in the 50 and 60 cent range. He didn't, and when shot up to almost $3, he's like, "I'm not your friend." I'm like, "Okay." If he ever watches this video, he's gonna know exactly who he is. Um, but I remember he came and he said, "Hey man," he goes, "we're all good, right?" Because I just gotta say, what backs crypto? I started to laugh so hard, right? And I said, "Really?" And I go, "Can I ask you a question?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "What backs the internet?" Y'all didn't believe in the internet in the 90s and 2000s, right? But technology, trust, money, right? Pretty much nothing backs the internet, but y'all use it every day. Your bank, mobile banking, apps, your thousands of millions of dollars that are sitting digital in some bank that we already seen that can go up to shit. My crypto, my keys, I have it on my ledger. That bank goes to shit. My XRP didn't. Then you get the people that say, "Well, what if the internet goes out across the entire fucking world?" Okay, then everyone's fucking broke, you idiot. I got fucking sheep outside. I got chickens, ducks. I got food. I know how to hunt. I got land. Fuck out of here. Think I'm stupid? No. Like, come on, people. Be logical, be smart, but do research. Trillions of dollars is sitting here in crypto. Big players are in there now, and they're climbing it. It's already back to what the all-time high for the crypto market used to be. You click here on the market cap and look back at it. Great song. Look back at the Shadow Boogie. But look at that. We're sitting now. We're just coming back down, just touching where it used to be. I mean, it used to be at just 3 trillion. Now we're at 440 billion dollars over that. A whole fucking company's market cap over it. Let that sink in. And some of y'all are worried right now. Some of y'all are believing the Twitter people who are just fucking posting for money. Makes sense. But sometimes you gotta be cruel to people and give them some tough love for them to understand. And I understand that. Just want to say I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a great Christmas. Great New Year's. Whatever you celebrate during these times, have some great holidays coming up. Spend it on your loved ones. And just always, always, always remember crypto's a great investment, not financial advice. Till next time, Kid Crypto. Love y'all.